Sometimes I forget that I'm recording and I forget to hit the record button, so instead I just take a picture of myself. Hey gang, how's it going? And today we're going to go over New Year's resolution idea number 15, and that is to break a bad habit. The best thing to do is to acknowledge that you have a problem, even if it's not a big problem. Let's say it's like sucking your thumb or something like that. Of course, it's not like it's ruining your health or anything, but acknowledging that you have this problem. And one way to acknowledge it is to tell people about it. I always feel like if you can bring someone else into your life by telling them things, that they can also help you out. That's just me. Maybe not. Acknowledge it to yourself then. Another thing you can do is you can consider what makes this habit a bad habit. Why do you classify it as a bad habit? What good will come from your life if you take this habit out of your life? And to also consider what is stopping and preventing you from being able to break this habit. Because a lot of times it's just the environment that we're around, that we are so used to doing these bad habits because that's just kind of part of our routine, or it's part of our life, or it's part of the people that we hang out with. So in that regard then, change your environment. If needed, hang out with different friends, or hang out with your friends during a different time than you normally would when you would do these bad habits. Something as simple as just like rearranging your furniture to make a change, because we all just can't up and move to change our habits. But you can change your furniture around, you can change your room around, you can change rooms, whatever it is you need to do that makes it something new so that it feels like you need to start fresh. Another thing to do is to just avoid the habit. So when you're feeling the urge, just like avoid it, procrastinate about it. Say, oh, I'll do that later, I'll do that later, I'll do that later, and continually put off your habit. Another thing you can do is to hang out with people who disapprove of your habit. So if, for instance, you have a problem cussing, hang out with people who get offended when you cuss. There you go. And that way too, you're more conscious of it and you're more likely to stop. Or if you chew your nails, for heaven's sakes, you know, find some people who find that just disturbing, I guess. I don't know, like, that's hard to make friends and be like, are you disturbed when people chew their nails? Okay, let's be friends. Another thing too is to try to replace your habit with something else. I am for this and I'm against this. I'm for this if, like, instead of me chewing my nails, I'm instead crocheting. But if I'm turning to something like food to prevent me from chewing my nails, I don't think that's the best option, because that could lead to another different unhealthy way of living, and it can also create an unhealthy habit. So replace your habit with a healthy habit, and something that is not going to control your life like your habit is right now. Be patient. As much as we would love to be able to break our habits overnight and wake up and just be free from the bondage that our habit brings upon us, you need to be patient with yourself and be forgiving with yourself as well. You can set limits and say, okay, in 30 days, I hope to have this habit broken. And if you don't meet it in those 30 days, tack on another 15 days and say, okay, 15 days, I'll be good. And even if you don't, the fact that you're trying is better than doing nothing. Always have a goal in mind. Always know when you hope to have this habit broken, and be realistic with yourself, because we do tend to, a habit is a habit, right? So we have tendencies to go back to our habit, whether we are consciously or subconsciously doing it. It's a habit. It's something that our body is instinctively now doing. And we need to turn that instinct back into a conscious habit so that we can remove it. Something that you don't want to do, make that be the punishment for when you do break your habit. And I want to touch on this before going, but if your habit is something that is life-threatening, something like a drug addiction or anorexia or bulimia, and affects not only you but those around you, while the tips that I've given you are great and they might help, I definitely think that you should seek professional medical attention. That is the absolute best way. The reason why I say that is voice of experience, because I was anorexic, and I don't think these tips that I just gave you would have helped me at all. I needed professional help, and I needed medication to get over what I had. So I have to have that as a disclaimer, because I would want you to not have to go through that. And as much as we're stubborn when we have life-threatening habits like that, the fact is we can't control those habits on our own. We need medical help. As much as we like to say that we are in control and that we are controlling our habit in those situations, sweetheart, that is not always the case. Just for my own peace of mind, I have to put that down there. So anyways, that's it for now. Come follow me on my blog, thetypewoman.blogspot.com. I'm also on Facebook and on Instagram and on Google Plus and on Twitter, and I'll put all those links down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to keep following me, please subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all later. Catch you on the flip. Bye.